Okay, folks, welcome back. We're looking at multiplying fractions today with myself, Mr. Imran Iqbal. Right, let's have a look. Now, when you're multiplying fraction, we need to make sure that the fractions are either already like in this format here, which are proper fractions, okay, or they've been changed from mixed to top heavy. So we don't cancel fractions while they're in the format of being mixed. So mixed would be something like this. So that's the mixed format. So this is already now ready for multiplying now. So let's get ready. Okay. What we need to try to do first of all, we try to cancel diagonally or vertically. Diagonally or vertically. Here the vertical doesn't work, but the diagonal does. Now we can also try to cancel this diagonal as well, but this diagonal doesn't work because 2 and 3 won't divide by anything. They don't share any common factors. Okay, apart from 1, which is a useless common factor. So we can't do this way. So let's get rid of that. Okay, so now when we cancel diagonally in a fraction before we multiply at the top and before we multiply at the bottom, we must divide by the highest common factor. So the highest common factor of 5 and 10 is 5. So if we divide this one by 5 is 1. We divide this one by 5 is 2. Now we look, can we cancel anything else? No, the 2 and 3 won't cancel. The 2 and the 1 won't cancel. Nothing else will cancel. Now we go to the last stage, which is multiply the top numbers together and multiply the bottom numbers together. So that'll give us an answer of 4 over 3. Now be careful here. 4 over 3 is called a top heavy fraction. So we call it an improper fraction. The top number is bigger than the bottom. So 4/3, 4 divided by 3 is 1, remainder 1. So the final answer is 1 and 1/3. Recording. Right, now in this next question here, 4/5 times by 15 over 24. So these fractions are already now ready for us to cancel first. So you have to make sure that the fractions are either top heavy or they are like this as proper fractions, but never as mixed fractions. You must convert them first. So this is the right format for cancelling. Now, as I said before, we can cancel diagonally. We can cancel diagonally, or we can cancel vertically. So for all the directions that we can cancel on. Now, vertically, this vertical one doesn't work because 4 and 5 don't have any common factors apart from 1, so we can delete that one. 15 and 24 can be cancelled, but we're going to cancel in the diagonal first. So let's look at these diagonals here. So let's get my pen. Right, so 5 and 15, this diagonal here, have a highest common factor of 5 again. 5 is the biggest number that will divide into 5 and into 15. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Let's change color now to a different color. Let's do orange. Now if you're doing this other diagonal here, 4 and 24, the highest common factor will be 4. 4 is the biggest number that will divide into 4 and 24. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Now, here comes the beauty. We can cancel again. We can cancel the cancelled values. How? Yeah. So we can't, I'll show you. I can cancel in this vertical direction here. So we got 3 and 6. So we say 3 divided by 3 is 1 and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we've cancelled and we've cancelled what's already been cancelled again. So here we go. Now we've got nothing left to cancel anymore. So we're left with now 1 times by 1 at the top. We're left with 1 times by 2 in the bottom. And that gives us a grand total of 1 over 2. So the answer is a half. And that just shows you how you can cancel, cancel, and then cancel again. So that's the idea. You keep on cancelling the numbers until you can't cancel anymore. So let's have a look at this question over here. 2/3 times by 12. Now what we have here is a fraction, proper fraction, and a whole number. So we need to turn the whole number into a top heavy fraction by writing it over 1. The number 12 is the same as 12 over 1. Let's try that. Look at the diagonals we're trying to cancel. So we can try this way. This way won't work. This way won't work either. Okay, so we can delete that one. And we can't cancel this vertical way either because 1 and 12 don't share any common factors apart from 1 and 1. We don't divide by 1 because it doesn't do anything. Right, so this diagonal is the chosen diagonal. We like this diagonal. 3 and 12. 3 and 12 have a highest, oops, I'm on the wrong tool. Right, so 3 and 12 have a highest common factor of 3. 3 is the biggest number that will divide into them. So divide that by 3, divide that by 3. Now can we cancel anything else? The answer is no. So we can now multiply the top numbers, multiply at the bottom numbers. That gives you 8 over 1. And 8 divided by 1, the final answer is 8. Okay, we're going to pause there for a moment. Okay, next question. We have 20 times by 5/8. So we turn the 20 into a fraction by dividing it by 1. We look for a diagonal or a vertical that we can cancel on. This vertical is no good. This vertical is no good. Can't cancel those verticals. So let's delete them. Right, now this diagonal is no good because 1 and 5, you can't cancel them by anything apart from 1, and that doesn't do anything. This diagonal is actually good because these 20 and 8 will cancel, and they will cancel by 4 is the highest common factor. So 20 and 8 will both have a highest common factor of, let me get hold of my pen, highest common factor of 4. So we divide that by 4, we divide that by 4. Now we can't cancel anything else, so we multiply the top numbers, and then we multiply the bottom numbers. That gives you 25 over 2, and that gives an answer of 12 and a half. And that's the end of that example. Okay, in this next question here, 15 over 21 times by 7 over 5. Let's look at the diagonals. So if you look at this diagonal here, whoops, it's not supposed to, and this diagonal here, we can cancel. So let's go for a nice orange. So 5 and 15, the highest common factor is 5. So divide that by 5 is 1, divide that by 5 is 3. If I look at the next diagonal, choose a new color, let's choose purple. 7 and 21, the highest common factor is 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1, 21 divided by 7 is 3. Now, as I said before, we can cancel what's already been cancelled. We cancel until we can't cancel anymore. So I'm now going to cancel the 3's in this direction. So we're going to do 3 divided by 3 is 1, 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we end up with 1 times by 1 divided by 1 times by 1 is equal to 1 divided by 1, which is 1. That's that question done. This next question has 3 parts to it. So we write down 25 as 25 over 1. And if you look at the diagonals that we can cancel, we can identify this diagonal is good and this diagonal is good for cancelling. So let's have a go at cancelling now. So we can do 8 and 4, the highest common factor is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. If you look at 5 and 25, the highest common factor here is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. So we left with 3 times by 1 times by 5. That'll give you 15. Oops, I've got an extra 3 in there. Let me rub that out. And then we, I need a pencil again. And then we left with 2 times by 1 times by 1, which is 2. 15 divided by 2 is 7 and a half. Let me write that properly. And that's the end of this video. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.